Welcome to ArtEngine. I'm here with Matthias Wendel. My name is Darcy White. ArtEngine is a communal workspace, and we have various tools such as this laser. In a nutshell, you start with flat materials such as this hardboard. You load it in the front like so, or like so, and out comes parts like this.
Like gears?
Yes, like gears, for example.
So we're going to use my gear template generator, and version 3 of this actually outputs PDFs that the laser cutter can use directly. So I'm going to set up for the gears that I want, and I want the big gear to have 30 teeth on it, and the small gear is going to have 12. The space between these two shafts that I want to do is 6 centimeters, so I can just go on here, and it tells me for the gear size I've got, it's going to be 10.027, but if I just enter 6, that adjusts the tooth spacing automatically so that I have the right distance. We need to put the holes in there. For the large gear, I need 0.58 centimeters for the hole size, and on the small one, I need 0.3. And I need to turn off all of the grids and stuff like that because the laser cutter will cut everything, so get rid of the grids and showing the center so that we don't cut our gear into pieces. And next, export these. So I'm going to do those separately, so export this one as a PDF. I'm going to call that one big gear. And now let's do the small gear. Export that as PDF. And I want to make that big gear out of 3 layers, so I'm going to print that 3 times, but I only want the spokes in the middle layer so they're not at the full thickness. So I'll go into here and I'll leave the spokes on. I'll set the number of spokes to 0 so that now we just have a hub and a ring with no connecting spokes. And let's export that as well. No spokes.pdf. And now we're ready to cut those.
So I've got these PDF files here, which Matthias made with his gear generating program. We're going to use print because this particular type of machine uses a print driver to transfer the information. So we're clicking print. We're in preferences. We have some save settings for this type of material, which we're loading here. Some more other settings, which I just changed. We're going to go, this piece is going to be 4 inches by 4 inches, and that's it. All that's left is to hit the print button, and that'll transfer to the machine. So now we need to prepare the laser for cutting.
So that's our smoke absorbing contraption. Loud, unfortunately.
So we're going to load the material in here. Machine's booted up. Push it against the back. We're going to shut off the gantry motor so that I can manually bring the gantry out, along with a laser pointer in order to set 0 on our workpiece, which is going to be right about there. Restart the gantry motors. This machine's already focused, so all we have to do now is send the job to the machine. So we're going to hit the print button, and we saw a data light flash, and we're now ready to roll. So here we go. I'm going to hit the go button.
Lots of smoke coming off of that, eh?
Sure is. Some people, what they do is they force air into the machine while it's cutting, and it blows the smoke away from the cutting area, because that can get in your way. That can obscure the beam, and it can pollute the optics. And we're under the teeth.
Sure is faster than the bandsaw.
Yeah, plus you can do work while it's running. So this doesn't need as much nursing as a CNC machine. There we go. So we'll redo this job because we need 2 of these, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
1 for each side. So now I can do the same job just by disconnect gantry, move it to the right, and just hit the go button and hit go. hear all the fans going. There's right where you're standing, there's a huge radiator. Laser tube is in the back of this thing. And the beam follows mirrors all the way up to the workpiece. In fact, that little moving piece there has got a lens and a mirror on it. So these pieces don't need sanding. They're, in this case, you made it right through perfectly. And you use the starting piece as a tray to get all the parts out of the machine. So, these are our extra parts, more extra parts. Okay, so we're left with what we came for, which is these two pieces to go to the outside. So we made a really thick gear with thin spokes.
We got the hub to go.
Oh yeah, we got hubs there. There's the hub. There's another hub there we put on the other side. So a little bit of white glue or carpenter glue, and we've got a nice gear.
So I'm going to try to shoot this from inside the thing. Hopefully my camera's not going to get toasted or knocked over. I hope it'll still be good. Okay, ready to go. So now we just need to glue these guys together. I just have to make sure it's all lined up. Now let's run that on here. I'm going to assemble this gear in place, because I would probably break the spokes if I try to ram these really tightly on here.
Sure. That's pretty good, pretty even. Really free running. No backlash much.
Yeah, no tweaking. It just works straight off the bat.
No sanding or anything, yeah. Saves a lot of time. So it's not the best way, but it's a good way. So this laser can make gears, but it can also make model airplane parts. These are Squirrel model airplanes, which I sell. And these are some of the parts for them. The airplane builds out to look like this and flies like so.